And this
Congratulations, Mr. Burps a lot.
Yeah, pasta and chocolate. Meh.
Pasta and chocolate.
Well, he
Okay, I
ate
didn't.
chocolate and then had pasta.
No, I had pasta then chocolate.
Ah,
All right. I
miss
gotta
my
at least
bread.
send my stream everywhere.
of course.
I miss my bread.
You miss your bread. You miss your bread.
Motherfucker, you had bread earlier.
I had a lot of bread earlier.
He bought a bag of like ciabatta bread and has eaten like 4 of the loaves.
I like
Sounds
bread.
about right. Hibbity hibbity.
What?
Where'd you find that?
Sitting right there. It's where it always sits, on the edge of my desk. You just fucking blind.
What the fuck happened to the kitchen?
What do you mean?
You know exactly what I mean.
What do you mean?
I can't wait to use my my dice.
Now we just need to finish the sink and clean the floor.
My new
Yep.
hopper
Then we need to do everything.
dice.
It's that chunk next because I think the thing is underneath the pile somewhere. That way we can finish the floor in there. And then that.
What are you doing, fuzzy butt? What are you doing, fuzzy butt? Oh.
All right. Actually, yeah. But yeah, no, I fear that D4.
I'm coming for you.
Basically, I mean, I should be fearful of the D4, the D8, and both D10s, but it's that D4 that's especially sharp looking.
I mean, the D4s were modeled after caltrops on purpose.
I know. All
Super
right.
religious families would call the police on their children for playing the fucking game, citing as devil worship.
The Satanic Scare was a very weird thing.
It still is a thing. It's just
Unfortunately, it's just stupid people who literally haven't decided. That's the thing. My family's religious, and they even know the satanic scare that people are freaking out about is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
My grandma knows I play Dungeons and Dragons.
People are stupid.
In fact, you know what's interesting? My grandma Sherry was the one who was originally worried until my dad decided to go, "Hey, I'm going to play some D&D. You can watch and you can understand what's going on." One night of my dad and his friends playing D&D, Sherry's like, "Oh, it's literally just a dice roller math game.
It's just math.
It's just math." I just realized my music is not up. I've just been listening to music without D&D party.
Fuck. Ow.
What the fuck?
You know, bread with hot sauce, pretty good.
That's Discord.
Bread with
Indubitably.
marinara.
There
Probably
it
better.
is. Ah, there we go. Ba, 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 ba. I could give Ed a call, make sure.
If he can't join, I wouldn't even bother doing the session because we kind of need
That-
like all of us.
Yeah, that's fair. Hey,
It's Friday.
yeah. Please tell me you're like close by.
I'm outside walking with Liliana, so it's not like.
Well, okay. When do you expect an ETA?
Let's see what time it's 7:30. I'll be back to like 8.
All right, that's not a big deal because these two still got some exploring to do, basically. So, hi, Lily.
So,
All right. Well, good to know. Bye bye. All right. You still got some exploring to do.
Fantastic.
All right. All right. So, battle map screen. How do I? Give me a sec. Boop. There we go. Last where we left off, you two had just explored probably a good chunk of this ran through inn or tavern, I should say, with a lot of stuff stolen. Anything that wasn't nailed down was practically taken, except for chairs, tables, and probably a few planks of wood on the wall.
I was personally insulted as they destroyed a barrel of mine.
Yeah, I forgot you were the one who transported a giant wine barrel.
They have personally insulted me.
There's still. Oh shit! I just realized this is on top. That's not supposed to be. Oh well. But you still have a lot to explore in the area. So, where do you want to go?
Well, I mean, we searched the building at the very least. I remember that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna loop around the building, see if there's anything around the sides.
All right. Are you gonna go Left or right?
Okay. Since we came out of the building, are we talking character left or my
Top
left?
down view.
Okay, we'll go right.
Right. All right.
Oh, that was unnecessary. Ah. I kicked his weapon away. He went, "Oh, that's not good," and I kicked him in the dick. And then I stomped on his head and killed him.
Okay, what?
Violence! Always fun.
What are you
he's playing Valhalla right now.
Ah. All right. You come to a courtyard between three other buildings. So it would look somewhat like this is the best way I can show it without, trying to give too much information, but I already did.
Well, I wasn't even paying attention, so you're fine.
There
All
we
right,
go. Much better.
I am
So you-
observing the courtyard we have just entered.
Yep.
Can I tell if the... I want to look around the area to see if I can find like any tracks that may have led from either the building itself or from the line of quote-unquote carriages that have run away with all the stuff.
Ooh, he's dead.
You can tell this courtyard had a best way to describe it is a crowd of people, and you see some skid marks from the back end of the building over here.
Pocket sand!
Pocket sand!
Pocket sand!
Yeah, pocket sand! Oh, dear God. But yeah, no, you see what appears to be scrape marks going from here, and you notice that some of the crates here are part of that scrape mark damage.
Pocket sand, motherfucker!
Shit. I'm really trying to keep track right now. In fact, yeah, no, roll me an investigation.
All right, we're rolling an investigation. There's my D20. Alexa, turn on living room top light. Alexa, turn on living room top light.
Okay.
You deaf bitch. Anyways. Fuck is that? Ah, my eyes are fucked up. Okay, 16.
16? Alrighty. Open my bedroom door because holy cow, it's for some fucking reason hot in here. From what you can see, I'm turning off the Sid Meier music right now. From what you can see, this was already run through. Whoever came through here just rummaged through the buildings, or not buildings, but specifically the one building. The other three were not targeted. As you can tell, the other buildings have activity. In fact, this building over here still looks like it has activity. This one is dilapidated and old. In fact, the doors look to be hammered shut. And this one, you're not sure if it still has activity, but the scrape marks that lead to some of this stuff here, including another barrel of wine. It does not have your insignia on it, so luckily it's not another,
I'm less insulted.
Yeah, basically. It's not another giant waste of wine. Yes. But other than that, it looks like whoever also came through here, they made sure that both ends were ran through. And even going up here, you can see some of the crates that were a part of the building have been broken through. including all the way to the fence line as well.
Alrighty.
All right.
I'm gonna first take a look inside of the dilapidated building without entering the building. More of just like peering through either windows or doors.
You do find a window to one of the buildings, and I don't have a room for it because I purposely made it, do you know, a non-play space.
Fair enough.
But you do look into the building. It looks rotten and moldy.
Gross.
Place is basically disintegrating from the inside out. Is the best way to describe it. There's nothing else I can say to make it any more interesting.
Fair enough.
All right. So, what else are you gonna do?
I'm gonna move over to the building with that had
Blue-
like I'm forgetting words right now. Hold on. Activity.
Activity. So as you make your way to this building, it has activity, and you don't seem to find the staircase till you make your way on the northern side of the building. And what's interesting in here is everyone, the door has gone from its hinges. Everyone in here is actually Aarakocras of some kind.
Fascinating. Don't see that very often.
And oh shoot. All right. And it looks like they have everything like either packed and ready to go, or they're just moving in. In fact, for both of you, it does come down to if you want to ask questions or whatnot.
You want to ask questions this time?
No.
No.
Of course you don't.
I pull out a loaf of bread and start eating it.
That's probably a bad idea in a room full of bird people.
Luckily, they're mostly just falcons and parrots. Except for one albatross man. He just looks at you hungrily. You gonna share that bread?
I cut it, rip it in half, and oh, that was dirty. I fucking stuck the axe in his forehead. I rip it in half and I throw one over to him.
I am about ready to take your Valhalla gameplay and put it into the D&D campaign if we're going to keep continuing this route. But yes, you do throw the bread to him. He just gulps it down in one go.
Nice.
And then he continues what appears to be just kind of moving stuff around into this room. You said you're going to be willing to do some questions, Kenny?
Yeah. I kind of look around. I look around to see if I can tell if they're moving in or trying to get the fuck out.
It's a weird, confused squabble. You can tell that these guys look like they've just newly moved in, but they're kind of shuffling around, trying to figure out what to do. In fact, you see one of them is definitely a tailor for, clothing here in the tropics. And
Yeah.
he's just kind of fumbling his thumbs and his craft in his hands a little and just kind of not knowing what to do. You can tell everyone's distressed here.
I kind of give a general question just to test the environment. Is there a reason why the air seems so
Heavy.
distressed?
You see a falcon uh, headed Aarakocra kind of just go, yeah, it's heavy because our neighbors, quite literally, one of the bars that we used to visit has been raided. So, yeah, day 2 of moving into this building, and we're basically bouncing between the idea of either staying or leaving.
Perfect. I was just investigating that.
Well, if you're going to investigate, well, you've probably already went into the bar and figured out what happened in there.
Yes, I find it a personal insult that they destroyed one of my barrels, but
Oh,
that's besides the point.
oh shoot. Well, I don't know what to say other than just it's not looking great. I don't even know what to say. me and my boys here were I don't know what ah it's just stressful. It's just stressful. We're
Is
just
there
here to
any
make money. Even if we have to steal cloth from a merchant vessel, we'll do it. But holy cow, this is not correct.
that I can agree with? Now, is there any information you can give to me that may lead me somewhere?
Uh, Dakar over there, sitting at the end of the table. Howdy. He, as far as I know, he was telling me these guys were packing that whole place up in a night because he was actually out in the woods, just out the door, as you saw. And apparently, from what he saw, it sounds like they were looking for something in the building, but I don't know. Sounds like they didn't find it or didn't search for it well enough, but they just stole everything as penance, I think. Oh, yeah, most likely. In fact, there were some big lizard folk in that crowd.
Lizard folk. Can you describe them to me?
Uh, a black scale lizard folk and some, I think, smaller lizard folk, but they could be dragonborns, and I'm not sure.
I would like to roll history to see if I remember seeing them, because for some reason I'm getting the bell in the back of my head here. Permission to roll.
Yes.
That's a solid 18.
18. You remember where Ed and was helping the lizard folk herbalist? Next to his building, his hut, there's an inn, and that inn had a giant black scale lizard folk.
Fascinating. Well,
And
thank you for the information.
yep. Hi, kitty cat. What are you doing?
Now, while I'm here, I just so happen to have some, if I remember correctly, I do have it was either a barrel of maps or a barrel of cloth. I can't remember.
Let's actually look because I don't want battle maps. Where's the Kenny boat? Where's the Kenny boat? Ah, there it is. Havlin boat.
Probably maps.
Probably maps. Yeah. It's neither. It's literally sleeping bags.
Ah. Well, then I will state, if you would allow, we could probably strike up a deal here, as I am a purveyor of, what's the word I'm looking for?
Purveyor of the goods.
A purveyor of goods, if you would. So if you're looking for anything, I can probably get it for you for a decent price.
You see the main man of the group just kind of tap his finger on the table. You can see that it's kind of chipping the wood because it's a large, like 1 inch talon. He gets up from the table and goes, "All right, what do you think you're offering us?"
Well, what are you looking for?
Uh, hmm. Well, Diego over there, he is our clothing specialist. Dakar is actually a cartographer, so he actually does map work, e- even though he really should be working on making a whole entire map of our coastline proper, including every hideout that we can have. Because let's be perfectly honest, trying to find a hideout is not easy, especially when you have those Congregella bastards on her ass.
Fair enough, that I can agree with.
And Rail in the other room, he is. I think he was an iron worker. Rail, you an iron worker? No, I'm a jeweler. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, he's a jeweler. Sorry.
That's all right.
Eh. And for me, I'm just kind of the leader of everything. Not a boss, just a leader. So, if anything, you have to talk with these guys on what they want for obviously paperwork for him, probably gold and silver for Rail, and Diego gets clothing. So,
Fair enough. I'll keep it in mind.
all right. You have a good one. Stay safe and be very cautious out there. I know it's Pirate Town. It's not easy to be cautious, but this is an extra level of danger.
Fair enough.
All
Well,
right.
good luck to you all.
You guys make your way out the building, and that's closed up. So, are you going to make your way to this other building, I assume?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, you open up to see this building is active through and through. And from what you can tell, these guys here spring into action for a second to see you guys just walk in, slightly confused as to what's going on. And they goes, "What are you doing here?"
Investigating the bar.
Oh, yeah, come on in. If you're looking for the captain, he's in the back of the building.
Thank you.
Yep. You make your way back here. You see two dudes drinking their asses off. And then you see a door onto your left. Come on through, and you see a man who is literally swimming in gold in his chair. And he goes, "Oh, guests. What can I do for you?"
Well, I'm investigating the bar, so
Oh,
any
my bar.
information would be assisted.
Yeah, that was my bar. That was just raided.
It doesn't seem like you're doing too bad for yourself there.
This was just actually a haul we got from a treasure galleon about a couple months ago. Uh, Other than that, I was hoping to, actually try and retire for once, but that never happened. Apparently, that just kind of went down the drain.
Not in this life.
Eh. So, you want information on my bar, correct?
Indeed. I have a little bit of information from my previous endeavor across the street there.
Ah, yes, the new boys who showed up, the Aarakocra, I assume.
Indeed.
Yeah, they're good lads, actually, so clearly I can strike them off the list of scoundrels, even though we're all scoundrels here.
Semantics.
Yeah. How would I describe it? Shoot me some questions because it's kind of foggy on the idea of what answers you're specifically looking for.
Is there any information you can give on who personally would attack you?
Not that I would know of. We have a black market district in here who sell their own cargo and all that, but they just kind of hate everyone, period, for some weird reason. And they always seem to be nosing around in everyone's business. You have the defenders. We call them simply just the defenders, but they're the guys in the towers and all that.
Indeed.
They could get a little bit rude if which is understandable. Like, I wouldn't. I'm sorry, what the fuck? I just freaking realized something. What is Okay, that's weird. Um
What happened?
oh, apparently one of my brushes is let me show you what the weirdness happened.
just
What
just a
fuck?
dude. The brush is just a dude.
What's this one? That's so weird. What the hell? How can I remove that? Can I
Should be
delete
able
this
to.
brush? Shit. It doesn't say delete brush. Edit brush. There's got to be a way to delete it. Damn it! Oh, that's so annoying. Oh well. I'll figure it out later down the line. So, back to the story. He specifically refers to a group of men who are on the towers who defend the city. They are a little bit rude due to the fact that they actually have to be defenders, basically. So they're not really keen on being nice.
Fair enough.
And if anything, he just kind of shuffles around in his chair trying to think of anyone else. I mean,
In particular, you wouldn't happen to remember or recall a large black lizard, would you?
Oh, you're talking about that black scale fellow? Yeah, he's part of the black market gang and their association. I think he's always accompanied with a bunch of dragonborns and a few black scale kobolds. All of them black scale for some reason. The only one who's not a black scale lizard folk is that big crocodile looking son of a gun.
Duly noted. I happen to get that information from your friends across the street there.
Hmm. I'm trying to think because I swear they are just snooping around. Like n- not to be rude on it, but I think they're straight up trying to find someone, something, and that's probably the reason why they ripped into my place and started stealing everything. But if that is the case, then yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I just don't know what they're looking for specifically.
Well, whatever they didn't find, they took everything else that wasn't nailed down.
Hmm. I may have not thought of this, but Okay. Do you know how old this settlement is?
Decently old. I feel like I remember it being here when I first arrived.
Yeah, this place used to be a proper city. I think it was like a couple hundred years ago, but other than that, uh, nothing beyond just a little bit of annoyance. Hmm. Could it be? No. Hold on. Let me get a paper. I think I might have an idea. He gets out a parchment paper, and what he writes down is basically in a Morse language. And he slips it over to you, specifically you, Havlin.
Alrighty.
And do you want to roll me a wisdom?
Wisdom.
Yes, the good old wisdom.
18.
Nice. You read the Morse. You actually figure out the Morse quite quickly. And it says they could be looking for a map piece. Don't know what piece, but it is possibility.
I look at him, kind of reach inside my jacket and pull it slightly. The piece that I have with a raised eyebrow.
He
It's like,
immediately runs to the door. Oh, he immediately runs to the door, slams it shut, and goes, "Is that what I think you have?"
possibly got it off a not so sane sailor a little while ago.
What was the name of the sailor?
I'll be honest, I don't remember.
You don't remember. Okay. That's okay.
It's been a fat minute since I had to deal with him. He's
No,
still
that's
I'm
this.
fairly
That's fine. That's actually fine. In fact, we just call him BB at this point.
fair enough.
All right. So you're telling me you have one of the three pieces of the devil's hoard.
It would seem so.
Okay, I was figuring that would be the case, but I wasn't sure. Do not ever get that near me or anyone else.
Fair enough.
Because, Havlin, you have actually sold me some of your products. I trust you a lot. So thank you. This is not good. Whatever they're looking, it probably is still in my tavern, but it's probably somewhere that no one looked. So, all I can say is give it a double look over, and if you can't find it, it's probably somewhere else. That is all I can say.
Duly
Now,
noted.
stay in the shadows, stay safe, get the hell out quick.
Fair enough.
All
And
right.
I'm gonna nonchalantly walk out like nothing just fucking happened.
All right. You guys make your way out of the building. Everybody here. And where the fuck is Ed?
Having a sweet ass time, and I'm gonna head back to the bar.
All right. I could save this and put it in the done folder. All right. You guys make your way back to the bar. Oh wait, you mean this bar.
Yep.
I'm a dumbass. It took my brain a second to figure things out. All right. You guys make your way back into the tavern. And I'm going to tell you roll as high as you can with inspection. Or
Investigation?
investigation, thank you. That means
What
both of
Neptune
you.
I
That
pray unto
includes
thee.
I'm rolling. Hang on.
Did I hit my? Yeah, that's my fucking. Flip that over so I can actually roll properly instead of just landing on my desk. Nice. Mathing 19.
19. All right. What is the first thing you start doing?
Well, if I hit it anywhere, being a barkeep, it would either be a
22.
damn.
Damn, he rolled high.
I'd either keep it in my personal area or with the mead and kegs so I can always keep an eye on it.
All right.
So I'm going to go to his personal quarters first and do a double over of that room.
All right. You make your way back into this room, and you actually let you try and do what you need. I'll let you actually give me an idea of what you're doing.
Looking over the room, I see that was the way we left it. Most of the things placed back where it was. And thinking about it, one, this carpet hasn't moved.
No.
And two, if anything, any place there was to be hidden, you wouldn't want to move the object that is hiding it. The bed, with its significant layer of dust.
Oh. All right.
So first, I'm going to go with the easy option of moving the rug,
All
seeing
right.
if there's anything underneath.
You flip the rug over, and you do see a few nails missing in the I'm trying to think of word, but word not word.
Floorboards.
Floorboards, thank you. And what you find is that the floorboards themselves are kind of rotten. So as you put your hand to it to try and push down, you pull out what appears to be the remains of the original owner.
Gross.
He is over probably like a couple hundred years just decayed. He is bones.
Oh, apologies, friend. See if you have anything hidden in there.
All right.
He
As
wakes up
you
like Reggie.
Shit!
Okay, someone gave me an idea. Thank
Damn
you.
it, Bell!
You, as you disturbed the resting place of the original owner, he wakes up as you see two glowing gray eyes. And he just goes, all right, I need an ale. What's going on?
I deck him. Just immediately deck him.
all I can imagine is you hit him and his head just goes
No, his head
spins on
flies.
axis.
No, I hit him and his head flies off his body and goes ding, 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 ding around the room.
You
just
hear
holding him
him
by the
screaming.
ribcage.
You hear him screaming as his head bounces in the entire freaking room.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna roll acrobatics to catch his head.
Okay, LeBron.
That is a nat 20 plus 11, 31. I just reach up and catch him mid bounce. Just bing, slam his head back on his neck. All right, hello.
And you can see his glowing eyes just rolling around in the sockets, and he just goes, "Thanks. Don't do that again."
Duly noted. I apologize for that.
Uh,
Before you say anything else, you wouldn't happen to have a map piece for a particular map.
why should I? Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. I'm assuming he sees the room around him. Let's not go there.
Yeah. He looks around, goes, "Do you know the year date?"
It's kind of like, give me a second. I don't usually keep track. Just kind of like pulls out fucking a small calendar piece. Like,
For you, it would be 200 AE.
kind of points at it. He's like, it's right there.
I'm sorry, what the hell does AE stand for?
Dude, I've been alive long enough. I don't remember what anything stands for the most part. I just know it works.
Yep. In fact, it would be that.
If I remember correctly, it's after entropy or something like that.
What the fuck happened while I was gone?
A lot of shit.
Apparently. Richard, entropy, what did the world go through?
A lot.
It was literally, it was like, if I remember correctly, it was like 253, 253 S, was it SD? 253 SD or DS? I don't remember. I'd been gone for so long.
Oh yeah,
DS.
that's
I
a
whip out a
while, my
DS and start
friend.
playing Pokemon.
Oh, yes, okay, it was DS for Disordered Saga Age. Damn. Yeah, that was a nasty time.
Indeed, things have calmed down a little bit. We're having a little bit of issues with things called conquistadors, but that's besides the point.
What the fuck's a conquistador?
They're conquistacons.
Okay, that is a language I can understand. Thank you. Okay, let me get out of my.
I just lift him out of the hole.
Well, the thing is, he looks at his legs before you lift him out of his hole and goes, "Holy God, if I had my wenches with me, they would be all over my bones."
Yeah, let's I'll pretend I didn't hear that. Anyways.
Okay, oh, thank you, thank you. I don't even know what you are.
I'm a soul inside of a body that isn't the original body. And I kind of made a deal with a thing that I'm not technically supposed to talk about.
Making deals with the devil happens all the time. I knew
Much
a guy.
older.
Oh, no. I knew a guy who decided they wanted to make a deal with the literal second being of our universe. So, and that was a very terrible, terrible thing to happen. All right, let me show you where I hid the original map. He takes you out, makes his way to the fireplace, and goes, "Okay, if I remember correctly, what I ended up doing was he takes his hand and starts like pulling plyboards from the wall that's surrounding the fireplace. And you can tell this is a stone wall holding in these plyboards. And he goes, "That's not it. Okay, remove it. Nope, not it." And he goes through like a few of these small plyboard pieces and goes, "Here it is." It's not really that good without the actual other pieces, but here you go. He shows you. Oh, that's not it. Discard changes. Copy. But that is actually the piece you guys have, so.
Nice.
Give me a sec, because for some damn reason, I am having a problem with things. All right. Also, I should. He reveals to you this plank of wood with carvings etched into it.
Interesting.
This is 1/3 of the Devil's Hoard treasure map.
Fascinating.
And it only works if you have all three pieces to figure out the island that it's at, and obviously going about 600 miles westward is not going to be easy to find it, so.
Fair enough. Thankfully, I now have two pieces and just kind of plucks the board out of his hands.
You have two pieces? Well, jeez. I forgot the guy who originally had it. I think his name was Dirty Dog Dan?
Was he a dirty dog?
He wouldn't have been, a little bit crazy.
No, he was actually our advisor to our captain, Dorian the
Fair enough.
Dragon.
Fair enough.
In fact,
It's Dirty Dan.
Dirty Dan.
you
Where have I
take
heard that before?
you take your piece of the map, add it to the plywood, and you find that they fit near perfectly.
Engaging photographic memory.
So as you look at this, let me actually kind of move it a little to the side. As you look at this, you notice that, yeah, it is starting to form an island, but it's two islands, and you kind of say you want to say that you found the X, but without like a full geographic location. This is going to be an unknown location for you to find. Dear Lord. In fact, if you want to look over it, you can tell me.
Oh, for the most part, I just kind of take a like a mental image of it.
All right. I'll discard those changes because it looks like you guys aren't going to go back to that. So as you take the basically, quite literally, because you are a Eberonian war machine with a human soul in it, you take a snapshot and have that stored into your memory. And he goes, and the guy who owned the map goes, all right, yeah, I'm gonna say and be perfectly honest with you. That is all I know of that. I don't know where. I do know where the third map is, except considering the day and age, I don't know how long ago that was.
Ooh.
Because that's probably 1,200 years ago. So the guy who had the third piece of the map is dead. 100% dead.
Fair enough.
You know what? Something tells me he would be psychopathic enough to skin himself just to have that map stay afloat.
Gross.
It was. We were very curious and wanting to get back to our loot after the dragon was to die of starvation on his vessel. because he was having to deal with the firstborn of Dinyoth roaming the seas, ripping apart any evils, and we were the crew of the Black Dragon, which was the absolute pinnacle of terror, since it was literally made from the tooth of an abyssal leviathan. So yeah, him going into hiding and having all his hoard hidden was definitely his psychotic choice of being greedy, like an actual dragon.
That's just a big fuck you to most of the world, I see.
Oh, it was. So he had us come up with ideas on, coming back to it. Uh Harry, if I remember his name correctly, was the guy who got the third piece of his tattoo or map tattooed onto his scalp.
Great, we're gonna scalp someone.
No, he just said he might have skinned himself.
Yeah, I don't think you have to worry about that. I think you just got to find his
What may
human
be left of
leather.
him.
Yeah.
Human leather. Oh God.
Eh, I mean, come on, lass. We're pirates. What do you expect?
Well,
All right.
I appreciate all the information. I do have a
It might be
proposition for
pirates.
you.
Repeat.
You might
I
be
d-
pirates. Who? Me or Kenny?
Everyone in the room, which is just 3 people.
I would say
Well,
Bell go
technically
first.
two people and a talking bag of bones.
Bell, go ahead.
Doesn't matter.
Well, I was gonna say is I have a proposition for you if you're interested.
Mm, mm. Well, it depends. I'm kind of tired. What do you got?
Well, just seeing as you're just kind of looks around slightly. Dwellings are kind of in shambles at this point.
Stuff like this happens all the time, lad.
I was just wondering if you would be up for joining us on our adventure.
I never really got back to that treasure hoard. I mean, yeah, I guess. But I'm
Skelly
not.
crew. Skelly crew.
Bell starts chanting that. Skeleton crew. Skeleton. I could just.
Uh,
He just turns his head and goes, I don't
just,
know.
just whispering to himself, Skeleton crew, Skeleton crew, Skeleton crew.
All right, you've convinced me. I guess I could, quote, come back from retirement as his left hand falls off. Oh, dear God.
He tries and smiles, and his fucking jaw just drops. Literally.
Uh,
Well, we'll look into seeing to keep you afloat for most of the part.
all right. That's a good one. Just tell me your vessel. I'll probably show up and give everyone a good old scare.
Well, there's only 3 of us at the. Well, technically 4. The other one's a bit crazy. There's only 3 of us at the moment, so.
All right.
You'll see the little black market sloop out there. You can't miss it.
Yeah, Black Market Slip.
We never named our ship, did we?
Actually, Kenny does have a name for it.
I feel like I did. Hold on. Background. My notes. No. Wait. Hold on. Is this the right character? Hold on. Oh, nope. This is the wrong character. Hold on. I accidentally grabbed the wrong person.
Oh no.
I grabbed old Reggie, hot
Uh-oh.
Havlin. I was like, looks in notes, sees cursed mug. I'm like, wait a second.
Cursed mud. Ah! I know what mug you speak of.
We don't talk about that mug.
Ah, yes. I can talk about it because I'm the DM who quite literally had to deal with the player who was just stealing souls and turning them into merchandise.
My ice cream.
My ice cream.
Anyways, I don't have it written down, but it was probably something like the Leviathan or something like that, due to, you know, my contract and everything that I have.
We could just name it the Wailing Witch.
No, that's the galleon.
Which galleon?
The Wailing Witch has always been a galleon.
Yep.
So my sloop, this one in particular, shall be the Leviathan.
Kind of small for a Leviathan.
Well, considering the number of Leviathans that are actually on Sahir, it's kind of fitting.
And most Leviathans tend to leave me alone because of things.
Well, mostly because you're small, and two, that one just comes down to more actual in-lore reasons. That's not even Cthulhu.
Cthulhu.
It's not
Not even
Cthulhu.
Cthulhu.
To be fair, I did make a contract with the great old one.
Oh, I have my own
Anyways.
great old one.
That's true. Anyways, yeah. So, yeah, just little Leviathan out there. You'll see it.
Yep. All right. As you guys make your way out and you, I assume, make your way back to Ed.
Who's not here yet.
Well, I got some information. He's actually taking care of Lily and having dinner, which is fine.
Yeah.
So, shit happens. So, I guess we can end it here.
Noise. What I would like to do before we leave the
Yes.
building, did we actually do we have a name for our new party member?
I honestly didn't plan on having a this happen.
I'm gonna call him Gary.
Gary, the giggling skeleton.
Yes.
the
Gary
giggling-
Giggles.
Gary giggles. I love it. Gary giggles.
So yeah, I'm gonna sit in front of the fireplace, and I'm gonna toss both pieces in and light them on fire.
Oh, okay.
Can't be followed if there's no map, and I have a
Uh-oh.
photographic memory.
Oh, wow. All right. That's that even put me to shock.
Because I know exactly what I'm doing the next time they play, and it might end up with a fight.
Alrighty. So anyway, I am definitely calling it here because without Ed to, be like the third member to give, headache for
Input.
everyone is input, yes. And I will never apparently ever get a fourth player into this game unless I, like twist Taylor's arm or something. I don't know.
I mean, what you could do is just take. What's your other campaign rolling like?
Oh yeah, we got 4 players, and one of the players wants to change out their character, Garnet, for Jasper.
Because I'm just saying, you could just kind of fold one into the other, and then you have 7 players.
True, but they've already played the Isles of Emerald and Gold campaign as a test run.
Yes, but what you could do is set it so it's goes from us into that one.
Mm,
Because obviously your other campaign is technically ahead of us, quote unquote.
eh,
It would be our campaign would end up kind of molding into theirs.
true.
What it would probably be is like after we finish everything, we'd be like, all right, we gotta fuck off a direction because we did some dumb shit, and either A, the world is ending, or B, we're being hunted by literally everyone.
Well, here comes the problem. They are stuck. If you try and make your way to their location, you're not escaping. The Void Swamp is permanently its own demiplane. Until whatever evil is there is gone, and no one's figured that out yet.
And I'll probably forget.
Yep.
Watch them watch this VOD and figure it out.
Oh,
See,
well,
all I can go ahead, but I have a thought, and it's gonna be hilarious.
you know what? Let me hear your thought, because something tells me you figured it out.
No, well, okay, obviously it's in the Void Swamp, and they have to go deal with something in order to get out. Yes,
Yes.
I, as a player and as a character, do not know what that is. But what would be funny is they're running around trying to figure out how the fuck to get out, and then all of a sudden, just from the sky, they just hear screaming. You know the scene
Yep.
from One Piece where Luffy and the rest of the fucking convicts are falling from the sky?
What? No, remember, I don't watch One Piece. So, but intrigue me.
It was during the Whitebeard War. Essentially, what happened was Luffy and like 400 convicts from the most secure prison started falling from the sky.
Wait, was Luffy in jail?
It was the him trying to go save Ace.
Oh.
Okay.
But essentially, they're all falling from the sky from their ship that just got ported there.
So when their ship is in the sky as well?
Yes.
Well, how
So
the
it'd
fuck
be-
did that land safely?
I don't remember if it did or not. But essentially, all I'm imagining is the three of us on the little sloop with however many skeletons we have at the time.
We just collect more
Just-
and more. We collect the skeleton crew.
Just falling fucking bow first into the swamp. Just, where the fuck are we?
You know, that would explain us being able to sail a galleon. If we get a skeleton crew, we can move up to from a sloop to a brig to a galleon.
And then after
Nah.
that,
If we're going like that, we go sloop, brig, danger canoe.
canoe.
You know exactly what I'm talking about too.
I
think it
do.
was like the war canoe or something, and it could overpower galleons.
To an extent, it mostly had a rotary cannon up front, and it was mostly used by the Hawaiians who... Actually, no, not just the Hawaiians. Different tribes that actually managed to get Dutch weaponry in the Age of Pirates also had them.
Why don't we just put like a bunch of explosives on a rowboat and then sail it to a ship, unseen, light it next to the ship, and then just swim away, and then watch the ship go boom.
You could do that, honestly. But yeah, so it would at the point in time, if we have ended our campaign, we would have probably, quote unquote, upgraded to at least a galleon, if not a what comes after galleon? I can't remember the name. It's like war something.
Man of War.
Man of War. Just, where the fuck are we?
It technically went sloop, brigantine, galleon. I just had the name of it. What the fuck? Something
Well-
and then Man of War. It went. What the fuck was it?
Well, here's the thing that I don't think you guys know. There are multiple different ships during the Age of Piracy. You
That
have
is true.
for there are briquettes, there are sloops of war, there are quite literally a smuggler sloops, there are smuggler brigantines, brigantines of war. The whole entirety of
In the
that
Pirate
age.
Age, weren't
Ye-
brigs most common?
It really depends on what decade you're trying to get at, because at the start of it, it was galleons because the Spanish had a chokehold on the Caribbean.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Queen Elizabeth was a hungry gold whore.
But yeah, my thought line is we end our campaign. They're either A, stuck in the swamp still, or they moved on to the next part. And we just come falling out of the skies. Just where did that portal take us? What the fuck?
They just see a skelly crew fall behind us. Everyone does a superhero landing.
All the skeletons except for the players.
I would either land A, back to ground, or face to ground. Just
I would grab a tree branch, spin a few times, and then land.
attempt. We'll go with attempt because you still gotta roll that shit.
Yeah.
I know what ship you're competing against.
Well, obviously.
The Limoncello.
The fucking what?
The Limoncello.
I don't know. I'm gonna hop off. Fucking.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right,
exhausted myself. You guys
Peace.
have a good one.
Peace.
Safe travels,
Skin-
everyone. Goodbye.
Skiddly.
Safe travels, everyone. Thank you for tuning in.